or it's Streamlabs.
Oh, whatever.
Oh yeah, it's whatever. Oh, just
You're live.
let's see.
All right. So we're going to be doing notification on Discord here in a second. If Barry wants to do that real quick. And we're going to be talking about Gunner live. And then we'll be watching YouTube comments as well and answering questions as we go. Barry is a Thunder Gunner. We're going to be powering her up a little bit tonight as well. So we can get that out of the way. And then talk about talent trees, talk about basically everything. Let's see, what were we doing? How do I zoom in on? I can't. Okay. 46 out of 56. I just leveled that up, so I'm 10 points off. What's the next one? This one, which is dealing damage. There's a 10% chance of random elemental damage. Okay, so we definitely want that. Let's do. All right, let's do. Let's just up base attack, level up. So the next point's going to be, 2 points. She needs 2 points. Alright, wow, her mouse is slow. Alright, so treasure shop. We'll refresh a couple times. She needs these. Plenty of gold. And we might not be able to. Let's see if we get lucky. I think there's enough recast stones on her account so we can mess around with that. I'm just trying to get, yep, XP pills. Last one. I lied, this is the last one. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. First thing I'd like to note is if you guys have not done this yet, you're going to want to reinforce. It's basically, oh wait, in order to do this correctly, you need to actually go to this. We want 400 diamonds, confirm, hit exchange. So 8,000 is the maximum bet for your first bet. You're going to go to reinforce, pick the team you want to reinforce. Just put a 0 at the end of it, another 0, and then hit reinforce. And basically after you win your first match, we'd get 12,000, and then you use that 12,000 and you can keep betting 8,000 every single time. So for the top 8, top 4 finals, and keep going. Let me know if there's any questions on the YouTube channel for me. Did we get this?
We need
did.
To
What's
increase the mic sensitivity.
The mic sensitivity? Okay, here. Check, check. Is it the other way?
No, that's the right one.
That's
it should be this one. Yep.
Hello. Can you hear me all right? Sorry, it's still messing around with settings.
That should be good. Thank you, Evil Wolf, for teaching us.
Also bring the laptop a little closer. All right, so let's go to skills. Let's go to runes. She can summon some runes, so let's see if we get lucky. And last one. So no luck. All right, we'll just do that. All right, return, close, recycle, all the green, all the blue, recycle. We're going to get rid of that purple, and then we'll keep everything else. And now, since we're here, let's go over it. So Barry is a Thunder Gunner. Because she's a Thunder Gunner, we are going to want critical rate. You're going to want execution. So when a target is below 30%, you increase your damage output by 12.5%. And then for the basic attack, I basically run this on all characters. So of course, Barry's going to be running it too because I'm helping her build her character. We're looking at a 5% chance to do ×2 damage, and since the auto attack, you spam it quite a bit, it procs quite often, so that's a good setup to go to. Now we're looking at the special attack. So the special attack shoots out 4 orbs multiple times, I believe it's twice, and each orb would have a chance to procking the runes. So we're looking at crit rate because you want to have crit rate on everything. We're looking at holy direct attack. So this is the red version. So the red version has a 20% chance versus the gold or orange, whatever color you want to call that, has a 10% chance. So, but it does the same amount of damage. So 25% of self-attack on target, and it's doubled if the target is disabled. As a Thunder Gunner, every time you use your your defensive skill, you charge magic bullets, and those magic bullets let your next 2 attacks do random effects, which generally are a stun or a freeze or a weaken or something to that effect, or a bind, something around there. Okay, so because that's happening, direct attack is actually working pretty well for you, especially because your defensive skill combos with your special attack, also combos with your ultimate. So those are going to be the runes for the special attack. Now for technique, we did crit, we did more damage, and we did legendary direct damage. So the same thing as the special, just the gold version. And basically what this is, this ability shoots out an orb in front of you and drags people away from you and hits multiple times. So every time it hits, it has a chance of proccing this rune. So obviously the more times any ability hits, the more chances of proccing a rune. So by putting this on there, you have a chance of doing additional damage. And on top of that, this ability is a disable. So if it procs on the first hit, it would not give the double, but if it procs on the second hit, it should give the double damage. So you're able to take advantage of that. Now we're looking at the defensive rune. And so for defense, we put on 7.5% dodge. The one that we would love to get, which we're really far away, is going to be the, where'd you go? The Holy Dodge Rune. All right, so it increases the dodge rate by 15%, so twice the amount of what the legendary does, which is 7.5%. So every time you hit the 3rd skill, you're increasing your dodge rate. Once we get to this, that's going to be great. Another rune that we're going to be looking for is the cooldown reduction, like this. So after releasing the corresponding skill, 10% chance to reset the skill's cooldown. So I know this from Jinx because he actually has this rune, and this rune is currently glitched. It does not work on the defensive skill, your 3rd ability. It does work though on your dodge. So Jinx has taken the liberty of recording a video of it and sending it to the devs so that they can have this fixed. And yeah, so dodge rate is pretty good. I'll show you guys exactly what we're doing with this dodge rate here in a second. And then let's see, we have the absorption shield for 1% of the HP plus 3.7. Basically, it's every time you jump, use his ability, every 20 seconds you get a shield. So it's just a little bit more damage absorption, so you don't take as much damage. And then we have the Legendary Fortitude, which honestly is one of the best runes you can put in your defensive ability, which increases your attack by 5% for 3 seconds. So that's honestly pretty good. And yeah, so maybe once we get the 4th slot unlocked, we would actually, like if I go to the replace, do a refresh rune onto that so that you'd be able to proc this more. I'll explain why we want this to be procced more here in a second as well. Sorry, there's a lot of things that all line up for a Thunder Gunner to work correctly. For the ultimate, we have Execution, which changes its name to Legendary Slay, but this increases your damage by 12.5% as long as the target is below 30%. To get the red version of this, it is purely from pulling it. You cannot exchange for it. We have crit rate because you should have crit rate on all your abilities, so you constantly have an additional 5% crit and you're critting all the time. And then as far as the Thunder Gunner's ultimate goes, you're looking at pierce rate. So it only hits once, everything in the general area. It's a giant orb that explodes basically. Putting on something like the direct damage isn't going to really benefit you because you have one chance to hit your target and do that extra damage, versus putting 10% pierce rate on is going to give you a higher chance of ignoring somebody's armor. I'll be looking on the questions.
No questions.
No questions. Everybody's chatting. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining the stream. This will be uploaded as a video as well. All right, and so now we got her dodge. So we're still working on the dodge. We got movement speed and resistance to slow and bind, which is great. Resistance to slow and bind means that you have a 6% chance of it not affecting you. So for instance, a nature warrior has the ability to bind its targets. There's a 6% chance that would fail, okay? And then we have the purple version of the increased damage. And yes, this rune plus the rune on your defensive skill. So if you did dodge, 3rd skill, ultimate, for instance, so dodge, 3rd skill, ultimate, you would have a 10%. Well, for her, it's going to be 7%. But if you had 2 legendaries, it would be 10% damage increase on the ultimate. Okay, so there's that, and then we have just a filler for right now, but after you release the corresponding skill, decrease damage taken by 2.5% for 3 seconds. If your HP is below 30%, damage reduction is doubled, so it'd be 5% damage reduction. It's a good filler. This is a rune that she pulled just by doing this, and actually we're just gonna pull. Let's see what we get. We'll do one more. And we'll do one more. All right, let's see where we're at. And exchange. Perfect. So, because we were talking about this, let's go here. So, legendary defense rune, 5% increased damage. We're going to hit exchange. We're going to hit confirm. We're going to hit use. We're going to hit X out. We're going to go here. We're going to hit replace. We're going to select this rune and we're going to equip that rune.
Oh, I didn't have it?
You didn't have it legendary. You had it only for your 3rd skill.
Oh,
so
okay.
Now you have it in your dodge as well. So now if you do dodge into your technique, into your defensive skill, you'll get a 10% damage buff instead of a 7% damage buff.
I've noticed that the 3rd skill and dodge are really critical.
Yeah. So next week, there's actually going to be this rune, for us at least. It's going to be this rune red version. So Barry can just get that. I heard it's actually not that expensive. Some people got everything within $200 from what I've seen on Facebook so far. So that's going to be an easy upgrade. And then she'll get a huge movement speed increase when she dodges. All right, so why these runes? What exactly are we doing? Let's talk about that real quick. So the best way to talk about that is to just show you guys the resonance. So the resonance increases thunder damage by 15%, and then each time unleashing magic bolt loading increases the damage of the next magic bolt blast by 30%, or the oh my gosh, with the scroll it sort of sucks. Or the damage of the next finale by 10%. stackable up to 2 layers. So basically you can increase your magic bolt by 60% damage for the next time you use it, or you can increase your ultimate's damage by 20% for the next time you use it. So that means what you want to be doing is you're using your skills, right? So this is Magic Bolt. Magic Bolt is a frontal cone that just does a fan outwards. And then we have Black Hole. This is a knock away, so that if somebody's on you, you're able to knock them away and get out, basically re-distance yourself so you can not be attacked by a melee. And then this is your Magic Bolt loading. So
we got a question.
Okay, what's the question?
Someone said, hey King, is Bear the real brain of the operation?
Is Barry the real brain of the operation? I'll let her answer that because I'm not gonna.
What kind of operation?
Of this character or of everything? Barry helped me set up. Well, no, I'm not gonna say help. She flat out set up this, me being able to stream this right now. She sets up Discord. She helped me. She did basically the Patreon. She's the person who's getting all the platforms put together. I'm the person building the characters. So yeah, she is a large part of the brain of the situation. Okay, back to what we were saying. Magic Bolt loading. All right, so when you have resonance going, each time you hit this ability, you're increasing the damage of your ultimate, which is Finale, or your Magic Bolt Blast. All right, Magic Bolt Blast doesn't have that big of a multiplier on it, so you can increase it by 60% maximum, which would put you at 200% P damage. Versus your Finale is at 660%. You can increase it by 20%, so you'd be looking at 680%. Honestly, I prefer Magic Bolts into Finale. All right, just to see a huge number, and it does a lot of damage. Note, Finale is amazing because it clears away bonus effects. And yes, it clears away Lugia, which means that if somebody was about to die and they're supposed to become invincible and a Thunder Gunner smacks you with this, you die. So, or for instance, I have a 50% damage reduction. And with the 50% damage reduction up, she hits me with her ultimate, and it's for true damage because it instantly takes away that buff and then hits me. So it's a very powerful ability. All right. Okay, so we went over that. Basic attack is basic attack. This is an AoE blast frontal cone that you can do from far away and hit everything. A knockdown, a knock away. This is a dodge mechanic, does AoE damage and buffs up your other abilities. It also improves your dodge rate. All right. So dodge rate. Why do we want dodge rate? So let's go back to the cycle. Oh, let's hit this. I'll hit it. That. All right, cool. So why do we want to improve the dodge rate? And why is this tree mixed? And it's mixed because of this skill right here. Dodge rate plus 0.2%, and every successful dodge increases your attack by 100 and movement speed by 2% for 3 seconds. Can be triggered once every 10 seconds. All right, so basically when she dodges, she gets a damage increase and a movement speed increase, which allows her to get away from her opponents faster and do more damage. It's also increasing her dodge, which is great because when you dodge an ability, you take no damage. It will literally say, if you're the attacker, it just says miss, all right, because that person just dodged you. So if anybody's running the blue tree and rocking this ability, their hit rating is going to be really low. And if you're using your runes to have more dodge rating, well, then you're definitely going to be able to avoid taking damage and proc this, which gives you more movement speed and more damage. And yes, I would like to put 6 more points into this, so it's the next tier. But for right now, what we're doing is we're trying to increase the damage output. So I believe this is the next skill. Each time you deal damage, there's a 10% chance to deal random elemental damage equal to 3% of your attack. And we're basically increasing the chance to 15% and for 6% of the damage. And then this is 9 points away now. So basically we want to get to this point and consider going continue to go with just 1 point in here. Honestly, I feel like we could go a little bit, basically get to here, call it good for a little while, and then boost this up by 7 points just to get this dodge rate up. You would literally not move forward in the tree. There's no reason to. I mean, yeah, that's actually pretty decent for a gunner, but we would have to have 12 points. So 1, 2, bam, 1, 2, and then this is 20 points, and this costs 16 points. So we wouldn't be able to even get to this point. The most we could do is get to here, which I would rather just have her have more dodge rate because it's just going to make this better. All right. So we're trying to make her a little bit more tanky by increasing her dodge rate, and then at the same time increasing her damage. Yeah, there's a question?
Thunder glass cannon build or thunder balance build, PvE wide?
What's the question? Is this a thunder cannon build? Is that the question?
Well, I mean, I feel like gunners in general are glass cannons.
Yeah, so gunners are glass cannons.
But for PvE build, I guess.
For PvE?
Because right now I'm spec for PvP, right?
Yeah, this is a PvP build. Okay, this is designed to be against the player. We're going red because we want to increase the hit rate so that she doesn't miss her targets. For PvE, for her, I did a full red build. Oh, there's actually 4 points. So let's see, what are we away from? So we can get this. All right, so that's already up. Just need to double check all these skills. So if you haven't been to your talent tree and you got points, make sure you know what you're putting points into. Take your time with it. All right, so all right, what we got? We got mastery. I was just flat out upping her mastery, but her masteries, we'll do 1 more point in mastery because her mastery is at a good place. We're upping her dex. But I think I would prefer to up pure attack. So we'll do that. I'll do that. And now she has that. So what's the next one that she would unlock? So this is the next one. So pierce rate and an attack for 2.5 seconds, stackable up to 5 times. All right, so then that would be 240, 480. Wow, okay, so that could be pretty useful. Basically, the reason why we're going pure red is because with Barry's current recast and current gear, her hit rate would drop to below 2%. And because we're not focusing heavily for PvP reasons for her character on hit rate, we are focusing more on dodge rate. It's easier to just use the red tree. Yes, the blue tree is very strong, especially if you can get the skill points and the recast and the hit rating to support it. I was having her do red and blue for a while too. I think she actually has one, so we will go look at that. Yeah, blue-red. So here's her blue-red. Now, the reason why I have a pure red, a blue-red, and then the red-green is red-green has that increase in hit and damage output, plus the dodge rate, plus damage reduction, versus pure red has all the hit rate. You'll never miss your target, and you can just burn as hard as you possibly can. Blue has that negative hit rate, so we counteract that by using the red. We're doing this because, again, her gear isn't recasted to the point where it can handle just pure blue. And if we're looking for as much damage as possible, having this hit rate is going to be a benefit to you. Plus, also having this skill, I've noticed even on my warrior, I have this skill, and I have a tree like this, and I do a lot of damage with this skill proccing every 12 seconds. So let's see, she has 4 points, so how far off is she from here? She's not even close. So, okay, so this, she's going to be off by 1 point to get more damage out of it. So we were upping, we'll get her mastery up one more time. We were upping, we're going to up, we'll up her dex. All right, she unlocked this skill to level up, so that's a little bit more defensive. Plus, it increases your elemental attack, so it's sort of nice. And then we're gonna up her dex one more time. So now she's 10 points off from there, 8 points off from there, 2 points off from here. So that's gonna be nice to get. So she needs to get 15 more levels to get 3.5% more damage on lower targets. Okay. So the difference between pure red and blue. Okay, so let's look at her stats real quick. So we are pure red. All right. Her P attack's at 219k. Her hit is at 15k. Her dodge is at 15k. Her hit rate is at 18%. Right. Her dodge rate's at 4.65, and so on. Boss announcements, man. Crit rate's at 7.5 because of her dex. And crit damage is at 243%. All right, so let's focus on this hit rate for a second. All right, so pure red, she has 18% hit. Now let's go to blue red. This works. Hit rate is 4.75%. All right, so without that extra hit rate, she would be at like 1 point something. All right, we need that red hit rate in order to counteract the fact that she's going to be missing all the time. And this applies to everybody. If you're running blue tree and you are below 2% hit, you need to have points in that first hit skill for the red just to carry out your damage. All right. Other than that, so that's why we got a mixed blue-red tree and not a pure blue tree on berry. And then we have the pure red because we don't have to worry about damage missing, and it does a lot of damage. Red does a lot of damage overall, especially with gunners, especially with Thunder Gunner, because Thunder Gunner's already doing a lot of random stuff, so it sort of plays with the entire aspect of the character, so you can keep going from there. All right, I talked about Thunder Gunner quite a bit. Let's go kill a boss. Oh wait, first let's pick a different tree. Tree. Let's see. Cycle, talent tree. We're gonna go. You know what? So you guys can see what blue-red looks like. Let's go blue-red, and then let's go to boss, and let's go to Land of Exile, and she's farming the R16 boss right now, so this is going to be quite a fight. Now I haven't actually used any of these skills yet. I'm just burning battery on my character. I haven't used any of these skills yet as far as on this platform, so we're going to have auto going. We'll pay attention to the numbers. Wow. All right. So here's the dodge, right? We get the shield. I can't control the camera. Oh, there we go. Oh, you didn't set up a keybind for resonance. That's what we need. We're gonna hit this, we'll hit that, we'll do this. So you can see a lot of damage, a lot of pierce, a lot of crit. That was not that much damage, but we'll do. So obviously I'm messing up the combo because we're in auto. I'm not comfortable with this keyboard yet. And I don't think there's a keybind for this yet either. All right, so turn off auto. Of course, I turn off auto and it still does the ultimate. So we'll do this and we'll just hit. All right, so that first skill doesn't do much. All right, yeah, I already don't like playing on the PC. It feels terrible. I feel like I don't have control over my character whatsoever, but we'll play around with it some more. All right. Okay, so yeah. There needs to be a keybind set for the pet ability and for resonance. So resonance into second skill, second skill. So if you look at the top, there's this 2 stack right up here that just disappeared because I used the ability, the first skill. That was a 3.4 million crit. But if we go, all right, stop with the auto. Okay. All right, so we're going to pop the pet tree. We're going to do this, this, and then we're going to hit that. That was a huge crit. All right. Put back on auto because this is going to take a while. Yeah, it's hard getting used to the control of the mouse and the camera. And controlling it. Okay. I'm just gonna let it go. So is there more questions on YouTube? No? All right, so Thunder Gunner is a high burst, high damage output. It does a lot. We got a lot of possibilities. 2.7 mil. Note that this is a Reborn 5 level 120 boss, so it also has a damage reduction. Boss enrages and will deal massive damage to nearby adventurers. So it does damage, but generally when you're not the same Reborn as a boss, it actually takes less damage from the player. But Barry's able to do enough damage to be able to push forward. Yeah, so this is just her doing some damage. What else can I talk about while this is going? Rotation is going to be residence, your third skill, ultimate, weave in your dodge and your pet ability. Now, if you're PvPing, I would recommend doing, let's actually look at our pets. All right, so deployed. Currently, we have Alice, we have the VIP Dragon, we have Valkyrie, and we have Lugia. So Lugia prevents you from dying. The Snowman breaks you out of the first CC that hits you. It makes you immune to CC for a second if it's a 1-star, which is exactly what this is at. There's your passive ability right there. Lugia prevents death, heals for 9%. It is a 5-star Lugia. Then we got the Valkyrie's passive, which gives you a damage increase. We got Alice, which is increasing the damage of your pets by 500%. And then we got a 4-star VIP pet. Now, the VIP pet, we didn't realize that we could sacrifice the pet to star up Alice further. So by the time we figured that out, our dragons were already at 4-star. All right, so if you're a fire type anything, having this guy start up is good because he's fire damage and he scales off your fire damage. Otherwise, if you are doing thunder, ice, nature, am I missing an element? Thunder, ice, nature. That's it, because then there's fire. If you're doing any of the other elements, this guy's not going to be that great for you, and doing anything else is going to be better for you. But if she wants to be pure damage,
shouldn't I get the Shadow Disciple?
The Shadow Disciple?
Go to Summon, Familiar Exchange, that one.
Yeah, if he ever comes back in an event. So the Shadow Disciple's nice. because so the active's not what you're really looking at.
Oh.
That's a lasso. The passive is a slow. So basically what it does is every 5 seconds it does a whirlwind of its scythe around you, slowing everything around you. And it's doing thunder damage. So because she's a thunder gunner, this is going to be doing increased amount of damage because she has that multiplier on there. And it's good for a gunner because now you slowed everything that's near you. You can dodge or use your third skill as a thunder gunner to get away, and they're already slowed and they can't chase you that easily. So, and it's also a disable. Slow is a disable, so you're going to be doing more damage through your runes as well. So yeah, this is a great pet for a thunder gunner. This is also a good pet for a thunder gunner. Let's see if she got lucky. No, she did not.
It's because I'm streaming.
Yeah, probably. This is also a good pet to get, mostly for its passive. There's a 60% chance to launch a support attack dealing thunder damage equal to 8% of your attack plus 800 and increases the target's damage taken by 2.5%, lasting for 2 seconds and can be triggered once every 5 seconds. So you get a damage increase debuff on your targets, which is nice. And then the active is creates a storm at the location of owner's target, dealing thunder damage equal to 30% of your attack plus 3,000 to enemies within range, interrupting their cast and increasing the damage taken by 6% for 5 seconds. So this is like the VIP dragon. So if you were to star this up, its multipliers should be technically the same. So if we go look at, whoa, scroll way too fast. Go look at this, look at that. So we could have like 105% thunder damage at 4-star. But instead of stunning the target, it's weakening them and interrupting them. So the stun's nicer. It's also, this pet's an AoE stun, so it hits everybody around your target. But at the same time, an interrupt is still an interrupt. You can stop the casting from a mage or something like that. You're really looking at increased damage taken, so you could pop that into your ultimate or something like that just to do more damage. All right, so those are good things you could do if you're more on the free to play side, or you are free to play. This dragon is completely free. You just get it from doing guild wars on Friday nights, and you'll slowly start to get it. Okay. Otherwise, that's basically these two pets are pretty good for a thunder gunner. Now, if you're looking at fire or ice, honestly, with ice, there's really not that many good ice pets in general, especially SS ice pets. Summon, let's go to familiar exchange. This guy's nature, this thing's random, that's thunder damage.
Gems, or Gad wants to see my gems.
Gad wants to see your gems. Okay, we'll go into gems in a second. Real quick, let me finish this up. So if you are a fire gunner, you obviously want to have basically this. All right. Eventually you'll get an SS pet that you'll like better than Alice. Or even if you get this guy, a little serious, up to 5-star, this is going to do a lot more damage output for your character than Alice is going to do. But let's say you're free to play or you just don't have a snowman, then rocking Alice plus little serious is going to be huge for you. Generally, Barry has little serious on instead of snowman just for the damage output. Snowman doesn't really contribute to your damage output. It's purely a PvP type pet, so we're definitely going to be rocking this for tomorrow. All right. Ice Gunner, yeah, there's no good ice pets. Deep Sea Prophet, I mean, yeah, sure, you can star this up all the way. Its multiplier sort of sucks. It does have a chance to freeze. I think it caps out at roughly 10% or 12%, something around there, chance to freeze. You can rock it. It does get your elemental damage as well, But in reality, Alice is going to be way better, and having the snowman, having Lugia, even having the VIP pet is going to be better. And of course, Valkyrie is #1 overall. It's a huge damage increase. Its active is ridiculous. The more you start up, I mean, look, if she got it to 4-star, it's an additional 20% damage. So it'd be a 70% damage increase on your next skill. That's huge, right? And the silence is really long. That's a very good pet to have, especially if you're trying to crank out more damage. Valkyrie can be pulled from here. Multiple people have done it. All right, so it's very, very possible. And note, you cannot exchange for anything that you have not unlocked. All right, she has the points for it, but she hasn't unlocked it. So she has to get it from an event, so wait for the next event to actually unlock this pet. All right, so we had a question for, oh boy. Does anybody else just really hate the storage system? Like,
It sucks.
so,
Isn't warehouse cheaper?
Yeah. But, I mean, you have 8 slots available. Whoa. Tell you this much, with a mouse you can really get far. Hit use. Still unlucky. Should have. Why are you not? Why? Oh, because these things are all. It reset the settings when we launched it in this platform. All right, so gems. We will get to gems here in 1 second. Boom, 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 boom. All right, jewels. Oh yeah, she can upgrade her jewels. So, all right, so weapon, 10s and 9s for attack. Crit immunity is 9s. Defense is 9s. Hit is 9s. HP is 9s. Legs are almost fully 9. We got boots are all at 9. We got neck is still at 8s. We got attack at 9. We got crit at full 9. And we got attack at full 9.
So I only have 1 level 8.
So no, you have 1 level 8 there, and all these are level 8. But you have the gems to fix this. It's just
the stupid cubes.
Yeah, the cubes cost money, so it takes a while to get them. If you are working on your gems every Monday, if you're keeping up with your 3v3s, your 5v5s, your 1v1s, you get blue diamonds every Monday, every server reset for the week. Use those diamonds to buy cubes and then start working on your gems. You also get them from doing tower. Okay. I don't even think.
Gad wants a personal breakdown from you.
That's Patreon, bud. So I have done. It's in the Patreon. If anybody wanted a personal breakdown of their character, it is an option.
I dare you to just look at his tune and criticize him.
Oh my god.
Just talk shit
All right.
about his tune.
So we'll go to rankings. We'll go to Gad real quick. Where's Gad? Gad. God, you're too low, man. I can't find you. It's all got to be replaced. I'll let you know if you support me through Patreon. No, you look like you're progressing. You're trying to get your legs up and everything. So I know you're not spending that much. So I know where you're at. You're doing good. But yeah, I am doing full character breakdowns with the chart and everything. If you want a quick conversation about your character where I do a one-on-one video with you, that is an option. That's the 25 is basically I'm your slave for a month. And I help you with every question that you need. I have not updated the Patreon yet, but I am going to offer a package where I do a full breakdown of the character. I do an entire spreadsheet. Right now I did it through Paint because I haven't really done too much on it. I was recommended to use PowerPoint. I may end up doing that. But it's basically a item by item breakdown, the stats that you're looking for, and yeah, I don't know what that's for because you gotta ask me what you want. Rock, that's my okay. So that is a Patreon option. Okay, I forgot we need to upgrade runes. We need it. So those were her gems. Let's at least get this up to 50.
He says if you talk to him, he'll drop 20 right now.
If I talk to him, he'll drop 20 right now.
Wait, on Patreon or the game?
That is true. Okay, so if you left click, you can. I do not like that.
One goes to Berry Snack Fun.
One goes to Berry Snack Fun.
The other one goes to the Dev's Deep Pocket.
Exactly. All right. What was your best wings again? Oh no, if we need to. No.
Oh, my wings.
You don't have those on. Those first two aren't even in your pavilion. You still need to unlock this.
Yeah, that
went away. Yeah,
that you hated so much offered him.
Yeah, so we're just gonna level this up. Well, I didn't actually do anything. Boom, boom. All right, so I talked a lot about Thunder Gunner, right? So let's quickly go over Fire Gunner. Side note: Wolf has made for the kids a cooperative Fire Gunner tutorial video. I think they just generally go over gunners, so that does exist. I am dabbling with Gunner, so this is just basically everything that I've come up with so far.
Theory crafting.
It's theory crafting, the things I love to do. So if you want more information on Fire Gunner, because I have not played it yet, go check out that video. I can't post a link during a stream, so go ahead and check out that video. Just go look up Wolf. It's labeled Fire Gunner. Just go look at it. It's like an hour long. They talk about a lot of stuff, but just for peace of mind, let's go to class. Let's go to secondary. Let's go look at Fire Gunner. Was there a question?
Said hi from S1.
Someone said hi from S1. What?
Server 1.
Salute from server 1. Grim. Oh, hey Grim. I know who Grim is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Grim's on Wolf's team for PvP.
Are we gonna see him tomorrow?
No, they moved to the other bracket, the other side.
Oh, we know what you did. Just kidding. It's cool.
All right, so Fire Gunner, a lot of people like Fire Gunner. So when you resonance, let's see, you get the 15% damage buff. The further the target is, the higher damage will be dealt by fire skills, increasing up to 22.5%. I would love to know exactly how far you need to be for that to really take its full effect, but it is a cool effect. So let's look at the skills real quick. We have Burst Shot.
We're scared.
Are we scared?
No, they say.
Oh, you're scared.
But they got G.
Yeah, no, they're going to be in a fighting G, but they have to fight their own server, and then they have to fight server 69. There's a team of like all 10 and 11 mils.
I haven't seen it. Can we show
Yeah, we'll go into it. Let me get over fire and ice real quick, and then you know what? No, we're already in the conversation. We'll look at 3v3s.
Sorry.
Schedule overview. All right, so you guys moved to here because you were right here. We never scared? Wait, who's scared? Who's that? Who's FTK? I think we got a better chance of beating G than us. Oh, that's such a compliment.
For the kids.
Oh, for the kids. That makes sense. All right, so you guys moved from here, right? And you jumped all the way over here. We noticed this. This was brought up in our cross server today. G was like, what is going on? Why do I have to fight everybody now? He said, my number 2's not even logging in anymore. What's going on? And so I told him, just solo everything. You can do it. You'll be fine. But yeah, we'll see what happens, right? So you guys jumped over here. I really want to know, is Don the Man back? Is he actually back? Somebody answer this question. I need to know. Is he back, or did he just come back for this Saturday and be like, I'll PvP with you guys?
And kill G.
Yeah. I'm waiting for that reply. All right. So then we got Wolf. We got I don't know who 10 is. I'm going to guess that he was probably the original leader and he handed it over to For the Kids. We got Grim and we got For the Kids. You guys' power is pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Especially if you're doing Don the Man, Grim, and For the Kids as your team makeup. I know Wolf's going to be busy. Yeah, he's back. That's cool. It's nice to see him coming back. All right, so let's see. You guys get to fight this test number 1. So that should be a cakewalk for you. Unless it's all 3 ice gunners, and 3 ice gunners is honestly the most...
Cancer.
It's cancer. It's so painful. They just freeze you all day long. That's what they're good at, and it makes it so it's really hard to beat. Rock them snowmans. That's all I can say. I know For the Kids doesn't have one, though, so... Just keep your distance. And then let's see, we got Sky over here. Yeah, it's decent balanced power. We fought them. They killed Jinx and Barry when we were fighting them during the last live stream. They spent a long time trying to kill me, which is a mistake. Why am I giving out tips on how to beat my team? I'm going to stop talking now. We got Sky. Oh, I already talked about Sky. We got Legacy. Now, Legacy is interesting. They are on server 69. All right? Right? Am I talking out my butt? Or am I right? I think I'm right.
How do you know? Oh, that's server 5.
Server 5. They're on server 5. Okay. So I'm talking to my butt. But server 5. So we got 11.2 mil. We got a 9.3. What? Grim, you running? Oh, there's... See, it's everybody who's going to be in our bracket. We got to...
For the Kids, ask how I'm liking Gunner. We refer you back to the...
How we liking Gunner? We're liking Gunner. It's pretty sweet. I like it a lot. It hits like a truck. It hurts me, put it that way. We got 11.2 mil, we got a 9.3 mil, and we got a 7.4 mil. So if we directly compare that to your guys' team, it's a pretty even match. So you guys are going to have a real good fight there. Obviously, if Sky wins, which, I mean, honestly, you guys still have a pretty good chance with it being balanced. And when we fought you guys, it was pretty good. So you guys really did a good job fighting. Group makeup's a big part of this too. So this is going to be a good fight down here. This for you guys is just going to be a win. So I already know you're going to the next bracket. It's anybody's game for who you're going to be fighting. And then if you beat either of these teams, so this is going to be a good fight, your next fight, right? Then you go to this bracket, and I can already tell you, you're just going to be fighting this. All right? You're just going to be fighting this. 15.3, the vitamins, they're an Arcross server, so it's fun. I told them to rename their guild to like Pharmacy or Bottle. We all had a good laugh because they all changed their name to Vitamins. So, just keep the theme going instead of unicorns. But yeah, so G is an ice gunner. He's a beast. Han is an ice mage. He's a beast. Jay is actually pretty skilled, and he is spending money. So he's getting pretty good. I don't know what element gunner he's playing. We all know about how strong Nature Warrior is, not hitting hard through that. Yeah, Nature Warrior is nasty. Nature Warrior is just nasty. But yeah, their first fight is a free win. What? Yeah. This for some reason we can't see this. This is actually my guild right here, part of my guild. So
that's weird.
Yeah.
Do you know whose it is?
Yeah, it's Zero's.
Oh, okay.
So they already are expecting to have a really tough time with G. So basically it's going to be whoever wins out of this bottom bracket versus G. Our side is us, which I can't click on. So it's us. Somebody decided to ditch their team and go to the other side of the bracket, so we get our first fight to be boring. Let's see if Fallen shows up. Then we got Killer.
Oh, does that mean they can double bet?
No, you can only bet 8,000 total. So you just bet on one team for the full amount. Or you can spread your bets all over the place, or if you know there's one team that's going to win, just go bet on that team, right? So if you're smart, everybody should place their first bet on Beast because we literally have a free win, right? So everybody's going to win money. And then after that, bet on whoever you want. So after that, we're looking at this clan. So it's 7.2, 4.95, 4.7 versus clan, which is 6.4. Yeah, clan's going to win. All right. Vitamin. It's the vitamin group. Vitamin Y, vitamin C. These guys are more than likely going to win. They all play 24/7. They're always on, so they're going to be there. Then we have Ascend from server 5, which looks like they're pretty strong-ish. Yeah, they're pretty average. We have Azura, which is, this team would probably, I would bet on this team winning over Ascend. Yeah. But, you know, there's been upsets before. We got Turtle, which is vitamin D.
Wait, how do they have so many clans?
Huh?
How do they have so many
They
clans?
have a lot of people. It's a really active guild. And then we got Power. So this is server 69.
Oh, okay.
This is the only real fight that we're going to be having.
I'm excited.
I'm excited for it. I already know Hellbird's a one-shot from me. So, and that's when he was like 50,000 less CP or 500,000 less CP. So maybe he got his defensive stats up a little bit. Fizzy, no idea where that guy came from. He's a new addition to their team. He wasn't there before. Or he was there. He was just way lower CP, and he just whaled up for this event. Which, honestly, that's what this event's designed to do. So this is going to be the fight. I'm wondering, if he's playing Fire Warrior, I'm not worried. If he's playing Ice Warrior, I'm not worried. If he's playing Nature if he's playing Nature Warrior, we'll just ignore him and kill Hellbird a lot. But that's basically it. So I'm expecting us to go all the way to the top and check your GAD TV, check my page. GAD. I will do a separate live stream launch that's not attached to this. And we will do your video for you. All right.
And tell the world how.
We can either tell the world or we can just do a one-on-one through Discord. You're an Ice Warrior, Grim? Well, I'm sorry. Ice Warrior is great when you're fighting one person. When you're fighting 3 people, the other 2 people are just going to fuck you up. Oh, I just said that. Oh, it's not made for kids. So Ice Warrior is really, really, really strong for locking one person down. But when you have 3 people who are all really, really, really strong, yeah. Have you tried 1v1ing G after this recent whaling? After my recent whaling or his recent whaling?
Because
his damage hasn't really gone up with that power. He got all his power from, so he got his artifact to rank 18. So he made all of them red for his Havoc. So now it does 180 damage per swing. And then he's unlocked more. He has like 6 mount slots unlocked and 6 wing slots unlocked. So that's where he's getting all his power. Most of those stats get nerfed when you go into this ranking, right? So it's not percent stats, it's base stats that he upped. And he already knows that. He knows that a lot of the stats that he's getting all this CP from is going to be drastically reduced. So he's just working with what he got. You guys should all be super happy because all his gear is rolled damage reduction from warriors.
Oh, yeah.
Can you guess why? So he doesn't have reduction from gunners. He doesn't have reduction from mages. He doesn't have reduction from any other class except for warriors. He has 42% damage reduction from warriors. So Grim, ignore G. You're not going to hurt him. But for the kids and Don the Man, we'll put a nice little bullet in him. All right? Yeah, 42% damage reduction. I still hit him hard, but man, if he didn't have that, it would be so nice for me.
Don't you have something?
Yeah, I do have something.
You don't want to tell people?
Oh my god. You know what? If G's watching,
Oh,
then...
never mind.
No. If G's watching, I'm talking so much crap right now. He deserves to know because I told him I would tell him after the 3v3s. But since I'm already talking about him and it's not really fair to him that I'm giving tips on how to beat him. So he wanted to know how I'm beating him in Mech Boss all the time. And just so you guys can all like shit bricks, we're going to scroll right down to critical damage. Eat it. All right, I'm waiting to see the replies. You fought G for 7 seconds. So, oh, here it comes. I'm watching the delay right now. So the 305% is how I beat G in Mech Boss because I have 305% critical damage.
No, that's so mean. Don't
Just go for bear in 3v3s. You're not going to really like that either. So 300, yeah, actually ignore me because that means I get to kill everybody instead of being defensive. So 305% damage, critical damage. And then let's go ahead and look at my shoulders. High damage reduction from Gunners, 32.79%. All right, so I got damage reduction from Gunners. I got 3.82% block rate, and I have resistance from physical damage as well. And that's just my shoulders, my boots. I have damage reduction while I'm CC'd, helmets. I have magic damage reduction, chest piece. I have damage reduction when I'm CC'd. And then I have stun resistance on my legs. And then the reason why I have so much crit damage is because I rolled crit damage on my weapon. Finally, 28.14%. That's a full red bar. It's completely full. That is insane. So much crit damage, and I love it.
It's so interesting that it says plus 10%.
Yeah, because it's enhanced. So you get an additional 10% on top of the 28%. So you get more.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's insane.
Someone made fun of how you look.
Lighti, does your character look like the lead role of the movie Cats? You know it's shinier on my phone? The stats was awesome. Yeah, my stats are a little ridiculous. But yeah, so you guys can see my runes real quick. Now I'm just showing off. This is 20% block rate. So yeah, I really like blocking people's attacks. All right.
When was the last time you fought G? Was it prison?
Last time I fought G was in prison, and I can kill him.
Jinx can kill him too, right?
Oh, Jinx can obliterate him.
But I get squished.
Yeah, it's your job to just stay away from him and knock him away, and it's my job to try and keep him off of you. So that's basically it.
No Russian, sorry.
I can't understand Russian.
I think I've seen this guy in Wolf's stream earlier.
Yeah,
too.
he also posts on my videos. I don't know.
We need a translator.
Yeah, I need a translator. Oh, why does it keep saying there's skill stuff to be done? Oh, because there is skill stuff to be done.
Just pick something to upgrade.
Do I have water or something? I'm talking so much. Yeah, you guys all get to hear me ask for a drink. Thank you. King always flexes. Yeah, I do flex.
Every video is a flex.
Every single video is a gigantic flex. But you know what? I also give you guys a lot of knowledge so you can learn from it. Oh, your resonance key is tab.
No, that's change.
That's change target?
Yeah.
So you don't have a resonance key set up for this computer yet?
I mean, it's very easy.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to do it during the stream. It's fine. Yeah. Let's go kill something, huh? Oh, you still have Sanctuary Boss.
Or the kids is translating Russian for us.
Oh yeah? Whatever that means.
Hey, can you food buff for tournaments? Does it work?
Yes, you can food buff for tournaments. So we're just gonna do auto. Is your pet skill does not turn on for auto? Oh, you have it set this way.
It's probably because this is the first time I'm playing on a
Yeah.
emulator.
There. Now it's gonna be doing better damage. So while we're killing this boss, ask questions, please, so we can talk about stuff. Or I can just go over the other specs too.
Someone just wants to watch you play and not me.
You just want to see the 300% critical damage?
It's nasty, okay? I felt it. Like I fought Lighti before he rolled the percentage against Gunner.
We'll just duel. And everybody can watch the receiving end.
I told you before and after you got that crit, and fuck, it's such a huge difference.
It's disgusting. When I got it, I dueled Gothics. I'm like, Gothics, come check out how much my damage has increased. And he was like, okay. And before I would get him to about 25% with just one skill. Now it's a one shot. It's just like, what in the world did you do? Just a lot. All right, so I'm logging in. Barry's killing this boss. I will send her in for a duel, and you guys can just see how hard she gets hit.
That's not fair. That's not cool.
It's not cool. You want me to set auto so you fight back?
No, you can send me on auto. It's fine. Everyone's just like, watch Barry die.
Watch Barry die. But yeah, really, 2 scrolls and you got screwed on loot. That's painful.
No, we chose the option where this stream is not suitable for
children. So me saying what I'm saying is fine.
I agree, but hey, when you're on the receiving end, it does not feel that way.
It doesn't feel good.
When your character hits the ground after a 300% crit, I think I get over it.
Alright, where is Barry? Is she in the town? Yeah, she's in the town. Oh my gosh, I am not used to... Alright, there's my terrible looking character. Everybody's giving me... Let's watch Barry die. Duel. Accept. Alright, we're just gonna have her...
Auto.
No, we're just gonna have her stand still. We'll do it. We'll duel again so you guys can see how much damage she does. Alright. This, that, and boom. Oh, you didn't take that much damage.
What's up?
I didn't crit. Let's try that again. I didn't crit. Duel. See, if I don't $100 on Lighti 1v1. Alright. Dodge this, that, and boom. There it is.
Ew.
There's the crit.
King Lighti, you are disappointing.
Who said that? Oh, the character. Alright, now we'll put you on actual auto fight. Duel.
I wish I can play on my phone.
You want to play? Oh, well, yeah, I know. Just hit auto. She does a lot of damage, guys.
Like, I used to get you to like a sliver.
That was auto. Auto did your entire rotation wrong.
Yeah.
But here, we can actually... I'll do the rotation correctly on your character. Duel.
You're gonna auto?
Yeah, we'll watch... no, I'm not going to have my character on auto. I'm just going to have my character stand still.
Oh, okay. You're gonna show off the rotation.
Yeah, so we will attempt to do the correct way. Oh, wait, but you need Renaissance.
Yeah, you're gonna have to click everything.
Alright, whatever. We're just going to do this. 1, 2, 3, boom.
Whew,
That's
sexy.
without resonance, alright? And into that.
That felt good.
Okay? Barry does damage. Thunder Gunners do damage. Like...
You see the replay. Ooh.
So that's... Oh, Gad wants to fight? Gad wants to be in the live stream?
Okay, well...
Alright, Gad. I'm on this computer, yeah, so...
It's QERF. All you have to do is click resonance.
What is going on here? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, dude.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
But does she have 300 crit though?
No, she has 243, which is pretty decent. And actually, let me see if I can get it up.
Everyone sought to Thunder to fight Lighti. Now everyone in tournament's gonna change to Thunder Gunner.
Ice Gunner does just as much damage, man. Set.
Shara was like, that one doesn't count.
Oh man, you need like 300 more
I know.
or 200 more.
I'm close.
How about this? Okay, player damage. We're gonna do that. We're gonna break it up. We're gonna do... Wait.
You're breaking me up? I thought you don't want to...
No, you need more
No.
tanky stats.
Yeah,
You're okay
please
on
don't do that.
damage, yeah. I broke up mine because I'm already tanky, so I wanted more player damage. I'm stacking the player damage right now.
Did you ever tell people what about this? Breaking things up?
No, well, okay. You can go... For a cycle set, you can go 2-3 or 3-2, meaning the 2 is the higher rank or the 3 is the higher rank, and you can stack this 2-piece set. So when you rank it up, it's like 5% instead of 4%, so then you actually get 9% player damage increase, but then you lose the crit damage reduction. All right. So when you're looking at the right side, you never want to break up your set because it gives you crit damage. You want to make sure everything's upgraded at the same time. So 275 times 5 is 1,300 and something. Yeah. So you want to keep those all the same. On the left-hand side, you can either break them up because you want more just pure player damage, or you can keep them all solid because you want to be a little bit tankier. If you're a squishier class, definitely keep all 5. If you're a tankier class, you can think about breaking it up. Or if you're a tankier class and you're getting wrecked, you probably want to keep it at all 5. All right, so that's that. And then we got the time set, which, okay, this one we're breaking up.
Okay.
It's dodge rate.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
All right, so when you break it up, you want to look at the actual passive stats. So the weapon gives attack, so rank up. Yeah. Whatever. And then that gives hit and HP. This gives defense. This gives attack and HP. And then this gives HP and dodge. You don't want more attack? You want the dodge rate?
I don't know. What was a weapon you did?
Huh? The weapon I already did.
Was attack?
It was pure attack.
So we should do attack?
Yeah, we'll do attack. Boom. Confirm. All right, so she got 1.5% dodge, and she has another 1.2% dodge, and she has resistance against crit rate. So now it should double stack. So if we go all the way up here, look at gear, go down to dodge 6.5.
6.15.
You were at 4.75.
Okay.
So yeah, you got an even more dodge
Oh,
rate.
you're selling Thunder Gunner. I thought this was going to be like a low-key class.
I sell everything I talk about. So I can sell a Fire Mage, I can sell a Thunder Mage, I can sell a Thunder Miko, I can sell a Nature Miko. Basically, if I talk about stuff, you guys like it because I know what to do. Everything's playable, guys. Everything's playable. Miko is probably the most underrated class, but the reason why it's underrated is because the damage output is not there, and nobody really likes that about Mikos. They want to see those gigantic numbers. Thunder Miko is probably the only one out of the three that actually can put out damage and increase damage, and you can build the entire character around just upping everybody's damage and upping your damage, and it lets you melt bosses faster. Yeah, so I'm working with the Thunder Miko in our guild, who I take into our devils and stuff, and making sure he's progressing in the correct path. Warrior for life.
Move yourself again, standing still. I want to see that crit again. If my dodge did anything, am I in the red-green tree?
Oh no, you're not. So we'll go into her. You're in blue tree.
That's interesting.
Green red. All right, so now we're in our PvP build. And we're going to go here. We're going to go there. We're going to go this to duel. Accept. We haven't actually, we got to wave 11 today, and not today, earlier in the week. We have not done it since. Actually, I haven't even brought Barry in there yet.
As a Thunder Gunner. I haven't gone in as a Thunder Gunner.
You haven't gone in at all. So, no, yeah, you have, because you were keeping up with Jinx the entire time. I remember that. But that was on Sunday or something. Or no, that was maybe Monday.
I wasn't playing.
So we're going to do shoot. Wait, I thought the left click was shoot.
If you right click first.
Oh, you have to right click then shoot? Oh, okay. All right, so we're just going to do dodge, this, that, this, boom. Aww. You didn't crit. We're going to wait the 11 seconds and see what happens. I'll pop this so I heal a little bit, and I'll pop that, and I'll hit dodge. Oh, I'll even get the heal orb. Oh! Oh, good. It doesn't debuff you in here. Alright, so we got ladies at 50%. We're going to go. We'll hit dodge. We'll hit this, that, boom, boom. Oh, Lugia. Lugia saved me.
But I thought I was supposed to cancel out Lugia.
You hit if you hit while Lugia is propped.
Oh,
you would take out Lugia.
What's the best artifact for PvP?
The best artifact for PvP. I mean, honestly, it's the same as PvE. Why can't I see the moves? Artifacts, Venom Crossbow, Havoc Scythe, right? Raging Heart sucks. It just makes you die so much faster, even as a tank. This is just random CC. Trial Mask is random. Okay, the mouse is whoa. All right. Heart Eater is interesting. It's withered, which reduces the damage they do. Nah. Honestly, the best bet, just go for the damage. You get a dot, you put poison on everybody. Or in Havoc Scythe, you just do more damage. For me as a tankier class, I will go for Genesis. Just because, especially in 3v3s, for somebody like me, say my 2 DPS die, which is going to be Jinx and Barry, say they die, they're not going to self-res because that's just asking to be killed again. But say they die, I'm the last one standing. I need to be able to standing as long as possible and get everybody as low, if not kill everybody, by the time they respawn. So I would rock this as a tank. And then as far as the DPS go, you would want to do Venom Crossbow and Havoc Scythe. And I would do Havoc Scythe Genesis. Just because the dot has a really long cooldown, Havoc Scythe procs every 10 seconds. The dot is every 20 seconds, so Havoc Scythe procs twice as much. And it does, hers is a little low, it's 105, she needs to get it up to 140. Which reminds me, she needs to go
I need to do Inferno still.
do Inferno. So
I do this stuff so late at night because I'm tired of people crying.
all day long, yeah. We'll go here first. Food or potion? How's Zodiac 11 coming along? Graham, log on, help me with Sanctuary. And what's food or potion again? So she's piercing a lot, she's critting a lot, she's doing a lot of damage. She does her rotation correctly, she can melt people's faces. When she's resonance, you gotta remember she's getting an additional 20%. If she does, so she has the rune on her third skill, her defensive skill, that when she uses it, it gives her 5% damage. She repeats it, 5% damage. Her dodge skill gives her another 5% damage. That's 15% right there. Into Valkyrie, which is another 50% damage. Into the fact that you have resonance, which each time you use your third skill, you get an additional 10%. So that's 50 plus 20, 70 plus 15 equals 85. 85% damage increase on her ultimate. Boom! Right? Boom. So you stack it all right, you do it all right, you rotate your abilities correctly, you do a ton of damage. Let's see. Fire Gunner, I mean, if For the Kids is still here, then, oh, what's here? I'm going to stop with the new questions.
Oh no, he's asking to produce food or potions.
Food.
Potions are confusing.
Potions are, you can only have either the insta ones that give you a little bit of HP or the ones that give you HP over time. The ones that give you HP over time do a lot more, but it's HP over time. It's less like reactive. Okay. So you can plan ahead where you're like, okay, I'm at 95%. I pop this heal over time, so you're taking damage less and less. And then by the time the cooldown comes back up, it pops again, and it just keeps going, going, going. It's a constant heal, which makes me think I probably should do that.
Questions are coming in.
Would Eye of Light be a good counter for full blue too? Eye of Light would be a good buff if you're full blue. Yes, it gives you hit
The
rating.
familiar, right?
Yeah,
This
right there. Yeah, the passive. So damage increased by 6% every 12 seconds and increases owner's hit by 3% for 3 seconds.
It's only for 3 seconds.
It's a 3-second buff for 3% hit. I still say you do. You got to go blue-red unless you're over 2% hit, even without Eye of Light. Okay. Fire Gunner for PvE, man, all day, but currently glitched, where there are many ways to get them stuck in their ultimate, not being able to perform any actions. Not viable for PvP. Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so Fire Gunner, I mean, it's cool for PvE, and yeah, you're sort of like a fire mage. You end up hitting for like a ridiculous amount if you line everything up correctly with your snipe. But definitely for PvP. Thunder Gunner is great because it takes off buffs. Ice Gunner is absolutely disgusting. If Barry was already set up for ice, probably would just have her be ice. But Thunder Gunner is really good, and it works for our group makeup really well. Ice Gunner has the highest multipliers in comparison to Thunder and Ice. So the ultimate for the Ice Gunner is ridiculous. The resonance for Ice Gunner is just give yourself 20% pierce rate for 8 seconds.
The better version for yourself.
Yeah, the better version for yourself is you get 20% pierce rate, which you pop that, pop your ultimate, you just hit them for true damage. Congratulations, you just melted somebody's face.
So the dex
Is dex stats worth focusing on?
This goes for every stat, right? In general, your main stats, should you focus on it? Like that's what I was struggling with when I was recasting. If I had to choose a main stat or damage mastery or crit damage and so on and so forth.
Right. So, okay, Jinx and I argue about this all the time.
Oh, really?
Jinx's point of view is I'm a mage, intellect gives me crit and it gives me damage. I want as much intellect as I can get. If you are blue tree on top of if you're equilibrium talent tree, you have the skill that increases your damage output and your damage resistance for the main stat. So the higher that main stat is, every 200 points you get a small increase in damage resistance and damage output. Otherwise, what do I think about it? For my character, I mean, I have it where I think I could live without it. I don't like main stats on my weapon, on my jewelry, on my gloves. I don't like it on any kind of attack element. So I would prefer to have pure attack. I would prefer to have pure P attack. I would prefer to have a rare stat, which Barry's missing the rare stat. So like for Barry's recast, right, I would recommend that she reroll this dex to critical damage. That's going to do a ridiculous, a ridiculous amount for her.
So you can get main stats on defense.
Yeah. So and the reason why I'm saying this is because you can go to your mains. Well, let's find an example of it.
Can you also show off Jinx character?
Okay, I'll go look at Jinx. So you can look at this. So the defensive stats, you can roll dex. You can roll strength. You can roll all the main stats on your defensive gear. And you should, because your main stats give you bonuses. So dex gives you crit rate and damage. All right. And crit resistance. Let me just details. P attack, P defense, and crit. All right. Strength gives P attack, P defense, and resist crit. So strength is more defensive. Dex is more offensive. Intellect gives magic attack, magic defense, and crit. Stamina gives HP, P-Def, and M-Def. Spirit gives magic attack, magic defense, and resist crit. So Spirit's more defensive. Strength is more defensive. As a warrior, I would prefer more offensive skills because I'm already tanky. I have the skills to make myself tanky. I don't need my passive stats making me more tanky. I need that damage output. Dex is more offensive than defensive, so it's not a bad thing to have, right? At the same time, getting it on all your actual gear, which, I mean, there's no dex here, but look, damage reduction from warriors, damage reduction from swordsmen, resist crit rate 1.82, elemental damage resistance, and bonus damage resistance. That's a pretty good roll. We got damage reduction from mages. We got pierce resistance, ice defense.
That's interesting. For the case broke down 10 main stats equals 12.
So you actually did the math. Okay. For which one? Is that dex?
Yeah, he said for dex.
For dex on gunner. Okay. So 12 attack and 1 crit. So what is that? So if we have, all right, 750. Is it really 12 attack? It cannot be 12 attack, dude. Because if it was 12 attack, it would be so much higher. Your attack would go up so much more. Like, it cannot be that much attack. Then, yeah, but your attack didn't go up by 9,000 when you rolled dex onto this weapon. It went up by like 1,000.
I don't know.
So, yeah.
Oh, interesting. Gad wants to know if there are soft caps or hard caps on stats.
It feels like there's a soft cap on mastery. I mean, oh, you know what? I can't do it here. Can I do it here? I can do it here.
You're gonna roll my dex off?
No, I'm not gonna roll your dex off. All right, so she does not have dex here. All right, that's still R12. We should not really roll R12.
Oh, I have 300 recast stones. That's not bad.
Yeah, I got you some recast stones. Darn, you don't have any. Sorry, I'm looking to see if this. Oh, you know what? We need to. Okay, there's no dex on this. So if there's no dex on this, let's look at her stats. Right, 220,000. All right. So we're gonna go to craft. We're gonna go down to recast.
Oh, you can swap out artifacts. 750 dex, 900 attack. But no, it's
Is 900 attack, not 9,000, because you said 12.
Did he mean 1.2 or 122? No.
Because 12 times 750 is 9,000. 1.2 is 750. So did you mean 1.2? Because then that would make sense.
That would make sense, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, she still needs to roll off this intellect anyways. So give this up. And the only thing we want are those two.
Yeah, he meant for every 10, it's 1.2.
1.2. Okay, then that makes sense. Because
12
attack, I'd be like, man, am I dead wrong? All right, so yeah, hit and no.
Give me luck, guys. Everyone should chant Amino. 10 dex, 12.
So
1.2.
we're going to just save this because it has dex on it. We'll hit save.
Oh, yeah, I mean, both ways are right, but 750 for every 10, so you divide that by 10. So it's 75 for 1, technically.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's 900.
Save. Yeah, save it anyways. So we're going to go here. We're going to look at this. We're going to look her attack. I don't remember what the low number was. All right. So it went up a little bit. Let's go back to casting. Recast. We're going to lock the dex and the mastery in this, and then we're just going to hit recast. No.
Give up recast.
Dude. Oh, why did I lock the... Sorry.
Ice damage and stamina and magic pierce.
Oh, Jesus.
Fail.
So we need to get that off. I'll fix it in a little bit. She needs to do one more boss challenge.
Oh, for the kids saw it. From 755 to 792. The low number.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean 1.2 or 750 divided by 10.
Yeah.
Lose a 0.
So back to, is Dex worth having on your attack stats? No. I don't see it as worth it. You can roll straight attack over Dex. You can roll straight anything else over Dex. Basically, rare stats are better. Yeah, I would not invest a main stat on your attack gear at all. Put it on your defensive gear because you're just increasing your damage. But yeah, I never took the time to look at the exact numbers, so thank you for having those. It makes sense. I need to oh, you're still one off.
Oh yeah, you can get these from Merit Shop. Dirt.
Main class stat, bonus damage, and stamina. Save.
So did my dex technically go down?
Oh, your dex went down a little bit because the main class was lower, but it overall is better than having nature damage. We'll get you more recast stones.
So what is the difference between class main stat and then just getting your dex?
Class main stat and getting your dex. So main stat is the actual stat. So that's highlighted. This is your main stat.
So if you just replace dex with class main stat.
Yeah. So it's dex.
The same thing.
That's why I was unlocking it.
Okay.
but that's
it's
also
there for people who are hybrid specs, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. And so if you have all main stat and you are doing a hybrid spec of like, say I'm a gunner Miko, right? Their main class is going to go from dex to spirit. So it will transition your stats over. So if you're doing like a hybrid anything, you're going to want to have no main stat, like pure main stat, like strength, intellect, stamina, dex, or spirit. You're going to want to have all your gear saying main stat. So when you're transitioning into your other spec, you're going to have that main stat.
Sounds more expensive.
But hybrids are not strong enough in my opinion. And the only real hybrid that I've seen that works really well is Thunder Swordsman. Not Thunder Swordsman. Ice Warrior, Ice Swordsman. And then basically you lock them down as the Ice Warrior, transition into the Swordsman, use your abilities, and then get out of resonance as quickly as possible because you were just super squishy. I mean, Nature Warrior, Nature Miko worked really well too. The AoE damage was insane, but you're super squishy. So you just had to, yeah, it's a lot of work. I just want to talent straight crit chance. I mean, yeah, getting crit is good. Getting your runes with the percent crit is good. Critting is great. So, and you want to have crit damage to back that up. Geez, why are you fighting this thing in a bush?
That third skill's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
If it listens, though.
Yeah.
You have to already be toggling a direction before hitting it.
True. I'm going to have to try and do a live stream tomorrow while on my phone because I'm not going to be able to PvP on my computer. Yeah, no, I'm going to try out the headset on my phone. I'm not going to be... Oh, that's exactly what you needed. That is awesome. Confirm rewards. Go to Artifact. Go to Havoc. Your 4. Go to Recycle. So you don't need that. You don't need that.
I don't need those either.
You don't need these. You do need that. So we're going to hit quick recycle. Now she already has one of these. And just to double check, she still needs it. So we're going to go to this. We're going to go to exchange. We're going to go to Havoc Scythe. We're going to go to number 4. We're going to hit exchange. We're going to go to star up. We're going to go to this.
I have enough rounds.
Nope. Okay, we'll get diamonds and do that in a little bit. So what else do you need? You need number 3 and number 4. Number 3 and number 5. Exchange. 1, 2.
Interesting. So for the kids is asking, did you figure out what the flat crit stat does as opposed to crit percentage?
Yeah, it actually tells you. So let's go to the stats. Go to go to details. Scroll down to crit. So crit, the chance of dealing high critical damage. Crit rate, it affects the final rate of triggering critical damage when the character attacks. So the higher crit rate that you have, and then the higher percentage you have, that they stack on each other. So it's a multiplier of the base number. So if you have 10,000 crit and you have 5% crit rate, it's just there's some internal math that says, okay, you've hit this percentage of being able to crit and you have this additional percentage. This is your real crit percentage. Basically, it's just showing you not a real crit chance anymore. It's showing you need to up your base stats and you have this additional multiplier on there. That is why in rank 3v3, Zodiac, and all those other things that we do in this game, when they nerf your main stats, as in your crit, as in your hit, not your hit percentage, not your rates, but the actual base stat, when they nerf that, everything else starts going down. So you keep your percentage, your multiplier, but you lose your base, which will dramatically reduce the rate at which you actually crit, because you have this high multiplier percent chance increase on it, but say your crit goes from 10,000 to 4,000, you're not going to be critting that much, even with a 6 to 10% crit rate multiplier on it. Same thing goes with how nature damage and nature mastery works, or thunder damage and thunder mastery works. Your mastery never changes, but that base number of the damage generally gets cut in half. So if you had 10,000 thunder damage with 100% mastery, you're increasing that 10,000 by 100% generally, but you go into 3v3s and it gets cut down to 5%, down to 5,000, you're doubling 5,000 instead of just 10,000. The percentages don't change, but the base stats change, and when the base stats change, it affects everything down the line. So you want to have a high crit number, and you want to have a decent percentage as well, because if you have like 1% crit, even with 20,000 crit, right? But that 1% on there, you're not going to be critting because that multiplier is so low. But if you have 10% crit and 20,000 crit, I don't think you'll ever not crit. All right. So it's a multiplier on top of the base number.
So many questions.
Yeah. You start up other artifacts or just focus on what you need?
And Gad already said here.
You can get the ones you like to use to 15, then start worrying about the rest. On my character, started up a bunch because I was experimenting and trying to figure out what I liked and what I would recommend. So I invested in a lot of stuff. So my artifacts are all over the place. But yeah, invest in the ones you're going to be using. So how do you increase crit rate? You increase crit rate, hit go on that. You hit increase crit rate through runes and through... Okay, good, I didn't take your boss. Through runes and through sanctuary gear and through recasts and everything. So actually, yeah, Barry we need to work on your... Go to the secondary. Yeah, I was working on this one. Go down to that. So crit, see? And then just hit enhance. So this just ups your base crit damage. And just keep
That sounds like everything.
Yeah. So like everything has crit on it. You're just gonna naturally increase your crit. Getting the percent crit's the hard thing. So I go back to sanctuary real quick. I'm sorry. We go down to sanctuary. We look at the star up. So these stats right here. So weapons increase critical damage. Go down to this. Star up. Critical damage. Sorry, go to ring. Oh, crit rate. Sorry, it was right there. Still hit star up. Crit rate is on the weapon and critical damage is on the weapon. It's on the, what is this called? Just click it.
The earring.
The earring as well. Crit rate, critical damage. Go to the ring. Hit rate and bonus damage.
How about the star set? I remember seeing
star set. It's cycle set right side.
It's
cycle set right side. Scroll down. Crit. The 5 set gives crit and critical damage.
Okay.
This is the left side's always defensive. The right side's always offensive.
So we're gonna wait for this side.
Yeah.
I mean, we can already see it. The crit percentage. I honestly feel like people underrate the Star Soul, Star Shuffle stats.
They shouldn't, because it gives a ridiculous amount of CP and a ridiculous amount of stats.
Yeah. To me, it's huge.
Yeah, we're doing this through our laptop. Well, it's Barry's laptop. My laptop's sitting next to me, not hooked up. Do not start that up yet. Oh no, you can start. No, do not start that up yet. And let me give me a mouse. Thank you. Oh boy. So.
Before the kids go to bed.
All right. Good night for the kids. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for the info on how deck scales. It's interesting to know. Recycle. So boots increase your dodge rate. We're just going to do this. Legs, chest piece, chest piece. Keep the weapon, keep the neck, keep that. Quick recycle.
This guy's saying he's 3.5 million CP, but he only has 1.95 crit percent.
3 point something million CP?
Yeah, 3.5.
Yeah, that sounds about right. You don't really get any crit rate. So to counteract that, just go the red talent tree. When you go into your cycle, right? This skill right here. So when a character is engaged in battle every 2.5 seconds, this is leveled up, but every 2.5 seconds increase critical rate by 3% up to 30%. The bonus will be cleared once a critical hit is launched. So level 1, so the very first level is 3 seconds. So every 3 seconds you get 3% crit, and it just keeps stacking up. And then when you crit, it goes back down to 0 and keeps stacking up. This is a good way to counteract your lack of stats and to get more crit out of your character.
Okay, I think we've been streaming for a good hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah, I can keep going. The last thing, okay, so this is supposed to be like the gunner overview video, right? So the only thing I haven't covered is ice gunner. We talked about fire gunner. It's good for PvE. We didn't go too in detail with the abilities. Basically the ultimate. I'm just going to run through those abilities real quick, and then I'll answer some questions as well. We're going to go to skills. We're going to go to class. We're going to go to secondary so we can see these things. We're going to go to fire gunner. We're going to hit details. So if we don't remember by now, because it's been a long time, the further you are away from your target, the more damage you do. We go to abilities. Sniper, you basically kneel down on the ground, and when you shoot them, they get bound, and it just does more damage and CCs. We got, what does this do? Attacks made. Okay, so this allows you to keep on the move. Expose weakness, which improves damage received by a target by 8%. Oh, that's cool. So, hey, that's increase everybody's damage by 8%. So it's definitely good for PvE. It's a debuffer. It's like Thunder Miko, but better. It lasts pretty long, and yeah, I think the difference is this would be only up for 7 seconds, where Thunder Miko would be able to keep up a 5% damage increase practically indefinitely if you do your rotation correctly. But this would also stack with that. So having a fire gunner in your party with a thunder Miko can be absolutely insane and just do a lot of damage. That's pretty cool. And then surrounding enemies in the next 5 seconds deal burning damage that is equal to the P tag of self and consecutive 3 times. Cool, so it's a burn, an AoE burn, an AoE attack. Fire Gunner is PvE. It's strong PvE attacks. I would not recommend it for PvP. If you are playing Fire Gunner as PvP, I mean, like you're doing prison or something, then yeah, then you're definitely going to see a benefit. If you're if you're doing prison and you're able to stay out of the giant mosh pit of players and just sit back and snipe people, cool, good for you. Otherwise, PvP is going to be Thunder and Ice. Let's go over Ice real quick. So Ice Renaissance is literally just gives yourself 20% pierce rate for 8 seconds. That's insane. As a gunner, you would just need very little amount of pierce because your resonance does it for you. First attack does P damage, slowing them for 50%. So that is a disable, slows our disables. And then we're looking at try to continuously shoot them and closely dealing 360% damage, ice damage when each attacks target be stunned for 1 second. So we're looking at a stun. This is place a bomb and leap backwards, which does a lot of damage and freezes everything, which is a disable, which is also as freeze is also considered stun. So in that mindset, if you have stun resistance, you can be anti-freeze, that kind of thing. That's why there's nothing that says freeze resistance in this game, because freeze is considered a stun. And then let's see here. This thing is what hits the most. Okay, so throw a pile of trap mines on the ground in the front, quickly turning over and jumping backwards, shooting them to the ground in the front, aloft and triggering all the traps, continuously dealing 810% P damage plus 7,211 ice damage per phase to enemies in range and freezes the target for 2 seconds. This is the most disgusting ability. This is what G does. He literally pops resonance, then hits you with this in the face. And it's like all your HP. It hits like a freaking truck. Okay, so what stats are you looking for Miko? Not me. Gosh, Barry's been too many classes. For Gunners, Mastery, get to about 100%. Elemental damage, as much as you want to go. 5,000 more, whatever you want to do. It's going to scale. Note that in 3v3s, it gets cut in half, so try and keep that in mind, okay? We're going to look for crit rate and crit damage. Mostly crit damage. You can make up for the crit rate with runes, so you have 5% crit in every single rune for every single ability. Does not matter what your class is, okay? Note, I said this in the last Swordsman video, if you're playing an element, stick with that element. Don't mix elements. You're just hurting yourself. You're making mastery useless. So the third rune that you would want to be using is going to be, well, the most used rune is going to be direct damage, because everything for the ice is a CC, which is a disable, quote unquote. Weaken is one ability, one effect of reducing the damage output of the target. Disable is stun, slow, silence, bind, freeze. Okay, so that's everything a gunner can do. Fire, ice, and thunder. If you are a fire gunner, you are a mostly PvE build, I would highly recommend not using disable and direct damage. I would highly recommend not using direct attack if you are a fire gunner. The reason why is because the most use you have out of your class is on bosses. And if it's the most use you have out of your class, guys, I see the questions rolling in. I will answer them after I get through this. If you're a fire gunner, you're looking at doing everything to bosses. Bosses can't be CC'd, they can't be disabled, so you're only going to be looking at a 25% damage buff. If you're playing fire gunner and it's just something you absolutely love, make sure you have execute. That should honestly be everybody's third rune because it's a free damage increase. But when you're looking at fire gunner, you're going to want to increase your pierce rate, so putting pierce rate on is going to help. Either damage rune, you don't need to worry about hit. Pierce rate rune, you're already going to have the crit, so you're looking at crit, you're looking at execute, which is, I just don't see it, it's right in front of my face. Execute, and then a third ability, which direct damage is going to be good for ice and thunder, but not so great for fire because you only have like 2 abilities that do a very short stun and then a bind. So you're not getting the most effect out of it. You're not weakening. You're not weakening. So that's not something you're going to be doing. So you're not going to be doing Legendary Berserk, even though you have a higher percent chance to be doing a 1% worth of the actual damage of HP. And red is 40% chance. But you're not weakening, so the most bang out of your buck is going to be either, honestly, for your ultimate and you're a fire gunner, I would go pierce, right? Just because it's 2 big, huge blasts. You put on that crit, you put on that execute, you put on pierce, you're hitting for true damage, ignoring defense. Oh, that's just amazing. Okay, the 25% chance to ignore, or 12.5% chance to ignore target's defense, don't bother with it. Why put a percent chance on something when you can just flat out increase your pierce and already get that kind of effect, okay? So that's the general skill. For basic attack, everybody should be running legendary cooldown, just because that's going to be generating more damage with your basic attack as you're waiting for your abilities to come up. Yeah, that's the gist. Like, the stuns aren't super huge for a gunner. If you're solely focusing on ice gunner and you want a lot of damage, I mean, legendary direct damage and then the suppression rune is also huge because stun types is freeze and stun. So an ice gunner rocking both suppression and direct damage and then execute or crit would be doing a ridiculous amount of damage. I would probably do crit and then when you unlock your 4th slot to execute, just because you want to be critting to be able to get that crit damage out. And then unlock that 4th skill, and then, yeah, the world is yours. Okay, so that's my general cover over that. I've talked about stats. You want to put dex on your defensive gear. You want to do offensive stats on your offensive gear. Dex is a defensive stat as far as I'm concerned. That just gives you a little bit more damage and crit. Attack, P-attack, crit rate, crit damage, all those other stats, your elemental damage, your elemental mastery, all those things should be on your attack gear. All right, and that is the gist. If you have more questions on gunners, you guys got my Discord. I will make a new Discord invite. New rules have been set in Discord because we had somebody basically spamming at everyone for like an hour in our Discord because they thought it was funny, I guess. It's not. You're affecting hundreds of people. All right. We have over 100 people in our Discord, and I thank you all for being in the Discord, and I enjoy talking to every one of you. Let's get to the questions real quick. And I got to scroll a little bit. Jumper. Just go to the okay. Details. Let's see. Question. Advanced stats, elemental damage, flat stat, and percent stats. So percent stats are great. You want them as much as you can get. Flat stats are what's being multiplied by the percent. So those generally go up naturally. And then advanced stats. I don't know what you mean by advanced stats. Ice is a better class overall. Ice is very strong. Okay, so if you want to weigh Thunder Gunner versus Ice Gunner, okay? Ice Gunner is going to be able to freeze, do a bunch of damage to a person, rip through people like butter. Yeah, it's very strong. Thunder Gunner is going to be able to do a lot of different things and still rip through people. So a Thunder Gunner is cool because you guys have probably all done this, the hardest rank hell, 390 or something like that, where the giant bird petrifies you, turns you to stone. Thunder Gunners do that too, all right? Which isn't even a freeze, it's being petrified. So say the person's immune to freeze because of snowman, and a Thunder Gunner comes up, well, now you're petrified. Awesome. Thunder Gunners provide more utility for a group makeup. They remove buffs from players. So when you're looking at a more balanced fight, 1v another person, or just in general like 3v3s type deal, and everybody's around equal power, while removing somebody's buffs from them is going to be a huge game changer versus doing a lot of damage, because in 3v3s it's balanced, so you're not going to be one-shotting everybody. Versus if you're out in the world at bosses or something, yeah, you're going to do a lot of damage, okay? But I'm not downplaying on Ice. Ice is very strong, and so is Thunder. I say they both can go two different directions and honestly can be built slightly different from one another. But yeah, so Thunder hits more often, so you can proc like direct damage a lot better, versus Ice, you would want to go more of a pure damage build and not really depend on Berserk Rune or direct damage Rune. You would probably just do flat increase in damage. So in that case, and that being said, I would actually change it. I would do, instead of direct damage on the Ice Warrior, Ice Gunner, I would do suppression, which is just a flat 12% increase on stun targets, which is also frozen targets, and execute and crit. Because that's a guaranteed, that's 25% more damage if they're stunned and below 30%, and you just crit on their face, right? Guaranteed death, awesome. G's probably going to watch this and start hurting me even more in the next couple of days. So there's that. Hopefully he doesn't see it tomorrow. You want me to talk about Fire Mage or in a future video? Wolf made a Fire Mage video. It was pretty good. Do you want me to talk more about like theory crafting runes and stuff like that? Is that something you're interested in?
That's a whole nother video.
That's a whole nother video. This is already like 2 to 3 hours. I know I said I would show off Jinx. I'm not going to in this video. It looks like my next video is just going to end up being Mage and talking about Mage. So I will, I don't know, pull up a page about Jinx, and we will break down his character and talk about it. And he'll probably be in the Discord while we do it, okay? And maybe we'll just do it as a live stream as well, just like this, because honestly, this was a lot more fun than just recording a video. If you guys like this, if you don't mind checking out my YouTube channel, liking and subscribing, that'd be great. There is a Patreon. It's completely optional. If you are like Gad and want a full breakdown of your character and a direction of where you want your character to go to, that is one of the packages in Patreon, where I will spend time with you one-on-one and break everything down. If you join our Discord, which all my Discord invites have been disabled, and I will be posting a new Discord invite on this video when it uploads to YouTube. If you want to join the Discord, that's fine. There will be a new invite, and all are welcome. And thank you guys for watching. It was a blast. I hope you guys enjoyed the conversation, and I hope you guys learned something. And I hope you guys liked watching the duels between me and Barry, because those are fun. I am going to take a break and then finish helping power up Barry some more before tomorrow. So, best CC player for PvP, Ice Gunner or Ice Mage. Those are the best two classes for PvP. Ice Gunner is very mobile and freezes a lot. And if you have 3 Ice Gunners in a 3v3 team, you can beat people that are like 5 million CP above you. Okay? And, well, thank you, God. I have not checked Patreon yet. I will check it here in a little bit. Tool you. I'm not even looking at the screen, man. Okay, 1 second. Where is it? Accept.
Try to blast through the alt.
All right, we'll end it with a duel with God. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh.
Oh, you froze you.
You froze me. Boom.
Ooh.
Good job, CCing.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you guys soon. We'll be up and live tomorrow for 3v3, so if you want to watch, you're more than welcome to join. I cannot guarantee the sound quality is going to be great. I have to do it through my phone. I discovered today I really can't play on the PC. So we will be doing it through my phone, and I got a Bluetooth headset, so hopefully that fixes the problem. All right. If you're in my cluster, bet on my team to get some free star points. All right.
Otherwise, I would bet on.
Otherwise, bet on G.
Or
not them.
Oh, sorry.
Or bet on Wolf. JST.
Oh, JST. Oh.
There's Wolf. All right. How cool would it be if Wolf beats G? Then I get to make fun of him for a very long time.
That would be fun.
All right. Yeah, the ult is nasty. All right. Bye, guys. Thank you very much for watching.